Kia ora. Welcome to my morning ramble, Friday the 13th of October 2023. So it looks like I have bursitis in my knee, so it's going to be a couple of weeks of recovery and anti-inflammatories and icing and all that kind of stuff. So my mobility is basically going to be minimal for a while till this thing clears up. Anywho, that's on the health diagnosis. Thoughts of the day. So, as you're probably all aware, you will be if you've been following my rambles. We're running karaoke now. So I talked a while back about finding a passion, finding a hobby, and for the longest time, those that know me well know that gaming, role playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, miniatures, war games, all that kind of thing has been a passion for quite some time. Well, quite some time being 4 decades or so. So nearly 5 actually now. Now I'm adding the math up. And other things have kind of come and gone since then as well. But I kind of fell off the horse, tried to get back on the horse again for gaming, and it just hasn't really worked out. And since then, there's been a bit of a gap in my life. I think personally, it's very important that you have, take a step back, James. Work-life balance is often talked about, but no one really kind of defines that, and I guess that's probably a highly personal thing in terms of what some people think their idea of work-life balance is. In my particular case, it's having things outside work and outside, normal day-to-day life routines that I guess fill a void, make me happy, give me something that I can focus attention into. They don't necessarily have to be, not money making or anything like that. Usually most hobbies are money sinks, let's be honest. And not even necessarily a sport. A lot of people will do things like, take up cricket or rugby or golf or whatever, just to basically do that. And that kind of fills a social hole too, I guess. Golf may be actually a bit of an exception because I think that is a sport, it's often seen as more of a recreation, I guess. But the point I'm making is it's something that you can do in your off hours, or you can invest time in that allow you to really focus on what you're doing with a different level of intensity than just going out and doing something from a casual perspective. So, for example, we're running karaoke, so getting into audio again, and the more I get into that rabbit hole, the more interesting it is how things have advanced and moved on. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people doing audio who are infinitely better than I will ever be. But the point of it from a hobby perspective is that it's something which I'm finding increasingly interesting, and finding that I'm actually quite passionate about it because I've always liked music. Kind of grew up doing piano and stuff like that. My dad made me do piano lessons, and apparently I was pretty good at it. And anyway, so musical theatre, blah 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 blah. But bottom line is, after a long hiatus, kind of gotten back into it again later in life. Better late than never, as they say. And one of the, as we do more karaoke, we have our regulars come through and we have others come through, and seeing people that are incredibly passionate about it as well, and very, very, very good at it, at singing, absolutely amazing voices. And I'll state this now in public. One of the things that I like most about running karaoke, because I don't get to sing as much, obviously, because when you're running it, you're kind of supposed to be running it for others' benefits. But one of the things I like from actually running it is listening to people singing. And if you watch any of our karaoke sets, you'll often see me pick up headphones and put the headphones on. And in case you're wondering what that is, that's me listening to the mix, which is pretty much if you had, earplugs in and you were listening to yourself coming through the monitor, but through the stage monitor, but without any, without it being dialed back or anything like that. That's about as good as it gets to the actual voice plus music mix. And like I said, I derive a lot of pleasure of listening to people, and that this has really become a ramble now. And that is an important part of it. And I'm not talking about all our singers. Some people will come up and sing, and they are not gifted musically, shall we say. But they still make the effort, and we selectively, Dawn and I, but at least try to mix things so that they actually sound as good as we can make them get. Does that make any sense? And I still, in fact, actually, when I think about it, I probably get more satisfaction out of actually tuning things so that they actually sound just that a little bit better than those that are actually naturally gifted at singing, if that sounds perverse. Because the whole point of it is to try and make people, make people's natural voice sing through, I guess. So anyway, in a long roundabout kind of rambly way, music and audio. So the audio thing is definitely a rabbit hole. Obviously, we don't have money to burn at the moment. Otherwise, I'd be probably throwing money at it like I was throwing it at my gaming. But we don't have that, and we don't have the space to put things in. But now I'm sitting here thinking, we're building the house next year. I think I might want to build a home studio for recording / engineering, etc. Food up for thought. If Dawn hears this, she's probably going to go, But anyway, just something to be parked on the radar. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.